Hey everyone! In part 1, we discussed the results of Cali's fecal smear. Then in part 2, we started to talk about Cali's x-ray. Now let's finish it off in part 3. I know that Cali breaking her back was definitely a shock, but this next one's a doozy, so please hold on tight. The vet told us that Cali's hips and shoulders are dislocated, except for her left is hanging on by just the tiniest little bit there. We're going to zoom in now so that you can see. What I mean when I say that Cali's hips and shoulders are dislocated is that she no longer has bone-to-bone connecting. There just is no bone touching anymore, or it just doesn't exist. That's why you'll see in the x-rays some shadows, because there's no bone there. But there is still muscle attached, so she can still move her limbs, but she is weak and not nearly as strong as a normal bearded drag. Now let's zoom in on her shoulder blades here. Now that we've zoomed in on her shoulder blades, you can see all that white stuff there. That's inflammation. She has a lot of inflammation in her shoulder blades. When the vet palpated right here on Cali, her shoulders would go in. That does say that she has some pain there. She also has a lot of nerve pain going down her arms. As you can see here, she has a lot of whiteness in this space. That shows that she does have inflammation. When the vet pushed on her shoulders right here, they went in, which indicated that Cali has some pain there. And Cali expressed some nerve pain in her arms as well, which we were aware of, which we will address, but not at this point. As you can see here, the vet was showing us that the bones are a little bit misshapen, and that affects her quite a bit as well. And there's nothing that the vet can do to fix that, unfortunately. You can see here those little tiny gaps where there's no white. That is where there is no bone-to-bone connection anymore. And that's where she's just being held on by muscle. Cali's arms shake quite a bit due to the nerve pain. That said, as she gains some of that arm muscle, the shakes should get less, which is good news. Now let's talk about Cali's hips. As you can see, right here, there's some gray space. That means that that hip is not attached. It's just attached by bone, just like her shoulders. But over here, you can see a bit of bone attached, just on the one side. It's still got some gray space above it, but there's a little bit holding on, which is exciting. She can use that one to do a little bit more weight bearing than the other side. As you can see, Cali's hips look a little bit rough. That's a lot of MBD as well. A lot of this is MBD related, unfortunately. But Cali's a trooper. She's fought through this for a long time. You've got to remember that. She's been fighting this her whole life, and she really is a fighter and a trooper. Last but not least, the vet shared that Cali's teeth are abnormally small, which makes it hard for her to chew and break down her food. She also said that her jaw is fragile, but what can I say? Cali as a whole is pretty fragile, so we just have to be careful. The vet told us that Cali's quality of life is still good, so here's to making more memories with Cali. We absolutely love her. She's our entire world. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. We love you. Bye for now.